Up next is this team's leader at quarterback. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. Hold on tight. We're in for an exciting one, and it's coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Memphis team as they get ready here. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Orlando club, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it
lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, Accentuate the Positive. That's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air. Receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're a running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. The numbers for him from a week ago, 10 catches, 113 yards, and a score.
And he's able to pull that last pass in, but this is usually a pretty tough unit to try and maneuver against. They're in the top 10 in the league against the pass, and you and I both know there's not much difference between 1 and 10.
11 yards there, first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Now back to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. Give them 14 on that one and a first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's George. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw here. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. Again, he'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that's going to bring up second down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's sharp. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. To the right side and intercepted. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ballgame.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football, But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. So out comes the offense now with a long field ahead of them. At a glance here at their quarterback, standing 6'3".
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 6 catches, 51 yards.
And I'd certainly expect them to use him quite a bit because he runs excellent routes, has good hands, and knows how to get open.
And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Now a handoff up the middle. Diggs. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22. But you look at this defense. They come into this one ranked number 17, so just starting the bottom half of the league against the pass.
And those are the kind of plays that this unit needs to make because they know that going against a team of this magnitude and the way that they're playing, they cannot afford to let them get on a roll early, chip away at their timing.
3rd and 3. Off the play fake, Curtis. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. Call it a loss of 2 there on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And taken right on the 30. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. The home team's offense, led by their running back, headed out for the second possession. We show you the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns. And you can see where he's right up there amongst the league's best at finding the end zone. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. In trouble, and he's taken down. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try to apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
On first down, George. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down. From the 41, here's 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. It's George. And he gets it down to the 32. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. And they'll run on the inside handoff. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. They'll set up a throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. Touchdown number 8 on the year. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead. Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have, and you absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the second drive. They've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. And they are over 500 for the season, 4-3. They got back above 500 with a victory last week. And, Charles, you think this is a very important week for them, do you not?
I certainly do, because when you start to do the math, and yes, I'm using my fingers to count, if you're 4-4 at the midway point, let's say you're saying 10 wins is your cutoff line for a playoff berth. It's usually right around that number. A loss here, all of a sudden you got to go 6-2 down the stretch just to reach 10 wins. That means this game is vital.
They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. They'll look to throw now on first down. Looking middle, and that's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. 2 yards to go, second down. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. 2nd and 2. He'll get this complete to the rookie first-round pick. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Orlando with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. And incomplete on the deep ball.
He already came through for them on this drive. No surprise that they were hoping he could do it again.
Back to throw again. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
They'll run on first down. Diggs, and he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
Well, you know you don't want to make a mistake in that area, so you make sure you make a smart throw. Throw it out towards the sidelines. If you overshoot your guy, so be it. It's just the incompletion that we saw there.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed one conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
And his kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take, Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Here's Memphis to once again go on offense. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And that nearly intercepted. Well, the free safety roaming into position almost had it, but it's second down. They'll look to throw here. Under pressure, and down he goes. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's third down. Boy, every time I see speed like that off the edge, Charles, I just don't know how these offensive linemen do it. I would think that they would get called for holding every play, and maybe they should have been called for holding on that one.
Yeah, maybe not just holding, but sometimes you end up setting back in the offensive backfield a little bit farther to try and help you with the edge. That's a penalty as well. Sometimes you overset, they'll come inside of you. That's what speed does. It disrupts an offense. And right now, you've got to pay attention to this edge rusher on every single down. Two things you can do in that situation: run and punt the football, or try and take your shot at getting the first down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4, and out will come the offense as they take over. Orlando takes back over on offense. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
It's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 9. Off play action. Curtis. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Offenses all over continue to be aggressive, and most people never turn down a shot at a deep ball. But oftentimes it attracts a little bit of extra attention, and it did on that play, and that one got knocked away.
That's to the sideline and incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Here's Memphis to once again go on offense. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line. He provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
2nd and 11. Getting this into the hands of Eric Dickerson. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8. He'll drop to throw. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Orlando takes back over on offense. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
2nd and 3. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
On 3rd down, Diggs, and he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
When a good play is made on defense, oftentimes leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot, and on that play, they were able to stop him short of a first down.
And on now is the punter, as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is brought in at the 21. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. Here's Memphis to once again go on offense. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
They'll start this drive out on the ground to about the 33-yard line.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
They'll keep it on the ground. George. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. This offense so far on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll set up to throw. And that went to the right side and incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
So they bring out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. Orlando takes back over on offense. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Curtis. He's going to sling this deep downfield. It's caught at the 10. Touchdown. A great play there. 57 yards. And his guys have taken the lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-7. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Here's Memphis to once again go on offense.
And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Slot man moves right. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down. Now a 2nd and 10. Up the middle they go. It's George. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That one goes for 24 yards.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So the ball moves from 138 to the other as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Slant pass hauled in by Campbell. And he'll be taken down with a first down as they get about 14 out of that one, and we go to the 2-minute warning. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he comes back with one complete. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And that will be incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Orlando takes back over on offense.
Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. From the gun on 3rd down, Curtis. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Take it at the 37. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. Back out comes this offense now late in this first half. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. He'll look to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
Back to throw.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the 1st down, even throwing the football.
And this one is incomplete. So we have reached halftime here in a good one. 10-10 is our score. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. This offense ready to go to begin this 3rd quarter. Well, the first half very even. I mean, really in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the 3rd quarter, curious to see what the 2nd half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one, and we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee-wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
The ball gets bumped up. It's now 2nd and 4 after the penalty. Operating from the gun, Curtis. Going down the middle, and it's complete.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
That one good for 26 and a 1st down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Now a play fake here on 1st down.
And that is incomplete.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
Again, he'll drop to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A gain there of 21 yards.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. He's going to try and take off with it.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
A quick throw here out wide to Pitts.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Back to throw. Curtis.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. From 13 yards out. And his guys are going to take the lead.
On that third down call, the goal was to get the ball to their tight end and pick up a first down, but he wasn't satisfied with just that. They got the first down. That was the gravy. He decided to take in the whole meal and rumbled in for a touchdown.
The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. So this drive spans 7 plays. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Here's Memphis to once again go on offense. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored. Now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you've got to the top performers you have and try to move that ball down the field for an answering score.
On first down, it's George, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. 2nd down and 8. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. He'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And a short 3-yard pickup gets him up to the 15. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. From the gun on 3rd down, Curtis. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A big play there on the catch and run, and it'll give him a fresh set of downs.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And they'll try to run the option here. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They'll try the left side. Diggs wiggles free, and he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Looking to throw. Curtis.
That is caught.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down. It sort of looks like they stopped some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. And that'll bring up 4th down on a big sack with a loss of 5. And his kick is indeed good. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10.
So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that could all change because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Over the middle, complete. That's sharp. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that will bring up 2nd down. Back to throw here. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. Now back to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's sharp. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains. They'll run on 1st down. George. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Got his man complete over the middle. That's sharp. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another 1st down.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Memphis, Tennessee. As we've got the final quarter upon us, we get ready to start the fourth. They'll look to throw again. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
And this one is right through. And that will tighten this one up a bit. Now a one-score game at 20-13. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes the right read seemingly every time. Throwing to start the drive. Curtis firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Back to throw. Curtis. Quick throw there is incomplete.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
On third down, Diggs. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st.
Oh, what a great job defensively to stack things up. They were committed to stopping the run. They knew it was coming. And now it looks like they should get the football back as they force an important 3-and-out.
And they'll send out their punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he fields it cleanly. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return. Here's Memphis to once again go on offense. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 6. They'll set up a throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. On a gain of 3 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll look to throw here. And he fires one, but incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And they bring their punter out there now as he's on to kick it away. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. Throwing to start the drive. Curtis. Quick hitter here. It's complete. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. He'll get it here on the jet sweep. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively, and it's second down.
Looking to throw. Curtis firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this.
Trailing in the fourth, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
Caught, left side, Bennett. So the completion gets him just a yard, and it's second down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
They'll motion Pitts.
2nd and 9 now. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield.
And that was a heck of a play there on the outside.
Partner, sometimes I think on a play like this as a corner, you've got to think to yourself, all I got to do is slow him down so others can come over and support. But in this case, he said, forget that. I got this. Sorry you had to make the run for nothing, fellas.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He finds his man, complete. It's Sharp. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. They're going to look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Now a give, right side. It's George, and he gets it to the 32. Good enough for 1st down. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
There are a lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on 3rd down. That pickup there was big because they had struggled throughout this one.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Getting this into the hands of Eric Dickerson. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 4.
They'll set up to throw.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
He'll look to throw. And that's incomplete.
They always say that real estate is about location. Well, guess what? When it's a slant route, the quick ones, timing, timing, timing. Got to be able to lead your man with the football.
And the timing off right there. Threw it behind him. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Orlando takes back over on offense. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
Throwing to start the drive. Curtis. He finds his man, complete. It's Ortiz. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
Here's the option.
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down. And the slot man goes in motion left. They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Big-time play on 3rd and short.
Showed a little toughness there, didn't he? Because there's not a single offensive game plan that doesn't involve saying, let's keep running at the corners and see if they'll tackle all game long. He proved that he had the ability and the willingness to get that done.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And it's fielded at the 34. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's Memphis to once again go on offense. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Second and 4. And his throw is incomplete.
Oh, I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
They'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a 1st down. Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. It's George. And he's got it to about the 40. This a 2nd and 8. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Defense.
And a penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward.
Still 2nd down.
So after the penalty, here's 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. George. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. He'll drop to throw. A throw left sideline falls incomplete. 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And he's got his man on the out route. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing. I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Here's 1st and goal. He's back to throw. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Now the try here for the point after. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And the touchdown and PAT mean we are tied here in the final minute of play. This one, all we could have asked for. All tied, final minute as the kick's away here. Well, now how about this return? And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. This offense making its way back out, led by their running back. And he's had his fair share of troubles in this one, unfortunately. This defensive front has wreaked havoc throughout the contest, and he hasn't been able to create enough space to make something positive happen to this point. This is 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Curtis. Throw out wide is incomplete. They'll come up now on 2nd down. Operating from the gun. Curtis. And he's got his man in stride. Complete. And he's going to have a 1st down, but he's tackled inbounds up near midfield. Operating from the gun, Curtis. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. Clock showing 18 seconds for 2nd down. Back to throw again. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. Well, this crowd is making an impact right now. 3rd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Ortiz. Now another timeout called for by the offense as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Offensive line wasn't set. There's the flag, and 5 yards back they go.
Quarterback has to look around and make sure that his team is ready to go. Sometimes the quarterbacks go faster than is necessary.
Operating from the gun, Curtis. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. Here comes 2nd down. Back to throw, Curtis. Here we go, this to avoid overtime. And that is incomplete. And we have free football. Overtime, here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out, this is exactly how it should end, going to overtime, because neither one got an advantage today.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
Well, 4 quarters couldn't decide things, so it's on to overtime here as the kick is away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So here are visitors to take over on offense. Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
We'll play only the one overtime here. If time runs out, it'll be a tie as they come up on second down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. It'll be a gain of 5, and 3rd and 1 now. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. From the gun on 3rd down, Curtis. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Short yardage situation, you have to wonder if they thought that they were just going to run it inside. But you have to be cognizant of the back slipping out of the backfield trying to find some open space. And that's exactly what he does, to the tune of a first down.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
And that's a good job there by the corner. And we do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a first down. Looking to throw. Curtis. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Hoping to keep this OT drive alive. Now they face a 3rd and 2. Now a give right side. Diggs. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Give him the 3rd down conversion. 5 yards on the play.
They had yet to run the ball at all on this drive, but 3rd and short, definitely was a great time to dial one up.
He finds his man. Complete. That's Ortiz. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Curtis.
Well, a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. And this one is right down the middle, and they have regained the lead. That was a big risk here in overtime. You send him out to fire away from long distance, but he knocks it through to give him the lead.
Edgy, don't you think? Because if he misses there, ball goes to the spot of the kick, correct?
Yep.
And guess what? That only leaves about, 20 yards or so for them to go downfield and be in position themselves. So you have confidence in him, and you have confidence in your defense to go ahead and let him kick that one.
The home side once again ready to take over offensively. Well, it's pretty simple now. They need a field goal out of this drive to extend overtime, or obviously, Charles, a touchdown to win it.
Yeah, and I'm taking the defense's perspective on this one, partner, because now they know with a 3-point lead, they can afford to give that up because you just keep playing, right? Overtime gets extended. But if you give up the touchdown, it's game over. So on offense, every play you make, you've got to try and get just a little bit more out of each one in order to try and get to the end zone, because they're going to play everyone back, keep everything in front.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Still needing 10 yards. Now it's 3rd down. Back to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he's able to get this way down deep into enemy territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And you just had the feeling when they took the field for this drive, they meant business. They knew a field goal would keep the game going, but a touchdown would end it here in overtime, and that nearly did it right there. What a play to put them in position to win this ball game.
He'll look to throw. And this will be caught. Touchdown. They needed overtime to get it done, but put this one in the win column.
But, Charles, a very simple mission anytime that you play on your home turf, and that is to defend your home turf, and today that mission was accomplished.
Look, every offseason, every preseason, the head coach goes in front of the team and says, the mission for the season, defend our home field every time, split on the road, and we'll be in the playoffs. That's why defending the home field is vital.
So for Memphis, they fall a game under 500 now at 3 up and 4 down. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Orlando, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.